Siren.
Okay. Let me get Queen Esther.
Teacher, a heart can represent love.
Wow, thank you. Another symbol that you know, you people.
Lucia.
Teacher,
Let's say maybe. Yes. Thank you.
a rose can represent love.
Yes. Yes.
A rose can represent love.
Yes.
Okay.
Teacher,
sorry about that. We can continue. Someone has said, for example, as you're reading the poem, and someone says, my heart runs for you. My heart, my heart does this for you. You just know there's some love somewhere. They're just talking about the heart, but the heart, since the heart represents love, right? Just know there's love somewhere. Are we together? Even the roses, of course, love and love and love, etc. Now, Teacher Teddy, please help me go on the next device, or in next one we call it features of. Yes, we have rhetoric questions, and this one, listen very carefully to the example, because I'm going to ask you to give me some rhetoric questions. These are questions which do not have an answer, or where the embedded. Oh my God. Where the answer is embedded in the question. For example, is that okay? Hello? Are people getting me?
yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
Okay. I'm saying rhetoric questions. Rhetoric questions are questions that do not need an answer, or the answer is embedded in, it is embedded in the question. For example, is she an angel? Is she an angel? Can you see the screen? Do you see the screen, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is she an angel? Do you need an answer for that? No. That means she behaves so nicely. She is a good girl. She does all her housework. She does everything that you would think an angel would be. We don't need an answer. And sometimes when we are reading poems, we get such questions. There are also things that make the poem interesting, because the writer, the speaker uses them. For example, things like, let me ask, are you becoming a Napoleon in Gayaza High School? Huh? Do you need an answer? No. That means this other girl is a dictator. She wants her things to be done her ways. You know, are you becoming an admin in S1T or S1A, S1S, S1K? That means you're becoming a dictator in one of the streams. Are we together, people? So this question, rhetoric questions, do not need an answer, or the answer, or they prompt you to think about the message, the deeper message that the speaker is trying to pass on. That is a use of rhetoric questions. They just don't need an answer, but they are used to make the poem interesting. I used to make the poem interesting. Can I still have only 2 people to just get me any rhetoric question that they know? Teacher Irene?
Namubiru Gloria. Namubiru.
Can birds fly?
Can birds fly? It is seal.
How could I be so stupid?
So nice to hand. That's so nice. That means that's so nice, but something bad happened. That's okay. So let's continue. Let's continue to another aspect of
Teacher Percy and Teacher Irene, I seem to have lost you. I don't know if I'm the only one.
Sorry about that. I'm here.
Are you getting me? Started it?
Oh,
Yes, now we can hear you,
yes.
but Gono.
Oh, I'm really sorry. The network here. I'm really sorry. Can we pause a little bit and then we respond to some of these questions? We have we have 3 questions and I need 3 people, each one of us to answer one. The first one is, have you ever sung a lullaby? Has anyone ever sung a lullaby? And if so, tell us. Let me have one.
okay.
So, okay, Lina is going. Lina, have you ever sung a lullaby? I think you have. So Lina is going to sing for us one.
And that will be that.
And then we shall get the
Continue.
meaning from that lullaby. Lina, you're going to sing for us any lullaby. Eh? Lina, you can go ahead.
Maybe if she's not ready, someone who's ready who can just sing for us a lullaby. Any?
Audrey? Audrey?
Hey, can I sing for you? Let me sing for you a lullaby.
Yes.
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 You wait. Now you're going to hear your teacher singing, but don't laugh. Sleep, little Jesus, Son of Mary. Sleep, little Jesus, Son of God. Angels are watching over your life. Sleep, little Jesus, Son of Mary. Sleep, little Jesus, Son of God. The rest we shall do in the music room. That is the skill I also got in the music room. But anyway, that's a lullaby that maybe someone was singing for Jesus. I also learned it somewhere. But that was to prompt us to think about what is a lullaby. What is a lullaby? What is a lullaby, people? Anyone? Teacher Irene, get for us.
Grace.
I think a lullaby is a song sung to get babies to sleep.
Wow. Song sung to soothe and get babies to sleep. That is very good. One more definition and then we continue.
And Tamali.
I think a lullaby is a soft, sweet song sung to babies to help them sleep.
That's pretty. Thank you. Thank you both. And then let's have Teacher Irene take us through this lullaby. We have a very sweet lullaby here. Teacher Irene.
Thank you
You're
so much, Teacher Crossy. So after looking at that, we've looked at a lullaby, and Teacher Crossy has sung for us a beautiful one. Let me first unmute someone here. Okay, Teacher Crossy has sung for us a lullaby, and we've also identified that in most not in most cases, but a lullaby is normally sung to a baby so that he can go to sleep. Okay, that is very, very important to note. So we have a lullaby before us. It is one of the poems we have, and it's in form of a lullaby. So you, after identifying what a lullaby is, and our poem is entitled Lullaby, it's going to be easier for you to understand actually the poem even easier. Okay, so in most cases, when you come across a poem or when you're given a poem, first understand the title itself. Now, if you understand the title, it's going to be easier for you to answer some of the questions. So I'm going to get someone to read for us that poem, and then we see what's next. Mirembe Emily, you can read for us.
Lullaby. Someone would want to have you as a child, but you are mine. Someone would like to rear you on a costly mat, but you are mine. Someone would like to place you on a camel blanket, but you are mine. I have to rear you on a torn old mat. Someone would someone would like to have you as her child, but you are mine. Akan Ghana.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I'm going to get another person to read for us the second time. Gloria Elizabeth. Gloria.
Someone would like to have you as a child, but you are mine. Someone would like to rear you on a mat, but you are mine. Someone would like to place you on a camel blanket, but you are mine. I have to rear you on a torn old mat. Someone would like to have you as her child, but you are mine.
But you are
Ghana.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, if you look at those pictures, what do you say? What can you say about them? We have those two pictures. What can you say about them in line with what we are talking about? What can you say about them? Someone, Chirabo Hope. What can you say about those pictures?
Okay, I would like to talk about the second picture, down where the person is carrying a baby. It looks like the mother is singing a song to a baby, and the baby has ended up, is now sleeping because the baby looks like he's sleeping. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. That is very, very correct. Thank you for that. So the baby is sleeping after the mother singing a lullaby for her. That's very good. What about the first one? Nachigude Gladys.
Teacher, for me, I think that the lady is in, I think she's in an airplane or something. She's maybe thinking something, or she's singing a song or something.
So this lady is traveling maybe back to her baby. She's yearning to see her baby, and she can't wait to maybe sing a song or something, or to show love. And that all happens because of the love the mothers have for the baby. That is very, very important. That there should be love, there should be that bond. Okay, someone is yearning, there should be that bond to have a lullaby. You know, it is very, very important to look at that bond. And we are going to read the poem. We are going to analyze the poem, and we are going to see that it's going to be embedded in the poem. Okay, Charity.
Yes, teacher, I wanted to ask that when you're describing the first picture in relation to the poem, can you say that woman, like, okay, but maybe she have a child and maybe it's one of the things that stresses her, but then this one, she may not be so rich, but at least she has a child. Can you also describe the pictures in such a way?
You can. It's very okay. You can. Thank you for that contribution.
Okay,
So we have our lullaby there, and our first question is, what is the poem about? You know, we've read, so we need to know what the poem is all. The poem is all about. So let me give you 5 seconds. You think about that poem, and then we shall have meaning. I remember Teacher Teddy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can.
Okay. So I was saying that I remember very well Teacher Teddy talking about something, that when you're giving the subject matter or what the poem is about, you make an effort not to give the lines the way they are presented in the poem. So you're not going to say the poem is about, I would like to have you as a child, but you are mine. No. Okay. So you read the poem and understand the message, understand what the poem is about, and use your own words actually throughout. Okay. So let me get some few people. We look at that, and then we look at what makes the poem interesting later. Narule, Anna, what is the poem about? Narule?
I think the poem is about, like, the mother is describing the love she has for her child.
Continue. How? Because if you just say description, we need to see that description. What is all about that description?
She's continually saying, but you are mine. Like, she's saying, though I have little, you are mine, like that. So she's saying that she loves her child so much. Even though she has little.
She loves her child. You know, I would penalize you. I talked about, but you are mine. So you need to use your own words wherever possible. So it's true. This the mother is trying to tell the other person. Or let me first get another one. Thank you so much for that. We can get another person to add on what she has said. Nabitaka.
The poem is about a mother's love.
What's wrong with a mother's love? Or what do you have to say about the mother's love?
She's satisfied with everything she has, and she loves child very much. Yeah, I think.
Okay, thank you so much. So we all agree that the mother does not have much, okay? But she is satisfied with the little she has, and she's ready to have the child, though she has little. Okay, that is correct. Thank you so much. Musime Ruth, you're going to be the last one for now.
Yes, I think the mother is
Ruth, we are kind of losing you.
still the baby is for the mother, even though, huh?
Is it okay if you come again?
The baby is very precious, but many people would like to have again. The mother is like saying the child is very like her. Many people would love to have her, but still she's the mother of the child, even though she keeps her on it.
Thank you so much. At least we've got what you've said, that actually you've summarized the poem. You've first of all talked about that there are people who want to have this child, and I think we agree, because the mother is saying someone would like to have you as her child, but you are mine. And we have also realized that these people are richer, okay? Because costly mat, of course, costly mat, that is, the word says itself. The camel blanket, that is very, very expensive. But you are mine. The mother is trying to own up. They can have whatever they have, but I'm your mother, and I can take care of you. Okay, so the mother is ready to take care of the baby, however poor she might be. And of course, there are other richer people who want to take on the baby, but the mother is not ready to give them that authority or to give them that liberty to own up the child. Okay.
Excuse me,
so
teacher.
briefly, and we can have all sorts of ways we can give what the poem is about. Okay, what matters is make sure that you give everything that we have, that they have talked about in the poem.
Excuse me, teacher.
Okay. Yes.
I just wanted to clarify. How about if you say that the poem is about a mother who is willing to take care of the child with the little she has?
Yeah, you will get a mark. If I'm to give 4, I'll give you that 2. Okay, because we need to grasp the first line. Okay, you'll be correct, but not 100% correct. Okay, because you have to talk. It's correct, but not 100%. You have to talk about the other side of the richer people who want to own up the baby.
So what would be the best answer?
I've given you the best answer. You want me to repeat?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I've said that the poem is about a mother who is trying to sing a song for her child, and the mother is trying to comfort the child that whatever or in whatever way other people who are rich want to take, the mother is ready to take care of her child. Okay, the rich people are ready to present all the rich items for her, because we see that these people are rich. The rich items for her child, for example, the camel blanket and the costly mat, but the mother is not willing to accept. however much she might be poor, because she just have a torn old blanket. Okay, but you can present it in your own way. I'm not saying that is the gospel truth, okay, but briefly, that is the aspect. But we need to know that it is a song. Okay, so let's go. Yes.
Okay, can you on number one, the question number one, can't you like say that? Okay, so the poem is about the mother's care. Reason being, in whatever situation she is, whether poor or rich, she takes care of her child.
Yes, you can. You can.
Thank
It's
you.
okay. Okay, let's go to number two. Who is the speaker or the persona, and the audience or the addressee? Okay, so let's identify the speaker and we give a reason why, and the audience and we give a reason why. Okay, Arjuna, Vicky, the speaker. Arjuna. Oh, Arjuna,
I think
okay.
that's the mother.
That's true, but you haven't given us a reason, but it's true. The speaker is a mother automatically. Nanyazi Hosana. Nanyazi.
I think the speaker is the mother and the audience is the baby.
Why are you saying the speaker is the mother?
I think the speaker is the mother because she's the one who is like singing, and I think the audience is the baby because
Why
the
do you
baby is
say-
the one who is listening to the mother's singing.
Very good. Very good. Let's get the last one. Nachigude Gladys.
Teacher, me, I think that yes, teacher, I think the speaker in the poem is the poor mother, because in the poem, the mother who's singing doesn't show that she's maybe very rich or something. The mother is poor. So I think the speaker is the poor mother and the audience is the baby.
Wait, okay. That is also very correct. And I like the way you've stated poor mother. That gives it a credit. But also Zana was correct because the mother is the one who is speaking, since a lullaby in most cases is sung by the mothers. Okay, let me get the last one. Nirembe Emily, Nicole.
Teacher, I think the speaker is a mother and the audience is her child, because in the poem she addresses the child saying, someone would like to have you as her child, but you are mine, trying to mean that someone else would like to be your mother, but you are mine. I'm your mother and you're my child.
Okay, thank you so much. So what do we learn from that? Whenever you give the speaker, make sure that you give a reason. You know, one thing about poetry, we don't gamble. The moment you just say a mother, then it would mean you are gambling. You haven't understood the poem as a person, you. So always give a reason as to why you're saying a mother and not a father in most cases, or not a student. Okay, where you're saying the audience is a child and not a cow. Okay, there should be a reason for each and every answer you give. Okay, thank you so much. But we have all understood that part and we have given ourselves a tick. So let's go to number 3. What makes this poem interesting, or what makes the poem interesting? Remember, we looked at some aspects last week with teacher Teddy. You had your research, and we've also given you some aspects today. So those are the aspects we are going to look at, and we analyze which ones someone even said that not all the aspects will apply to a poem. So we need to pick out which ones apply to the poem. We have lullaby. Okay, so let's get let me first tell people to lower their hands and then we get new ones. Let's have other people. I'm seeing some hands. Okay, we have some new people here who want to say something. Angela Ikiriza.
I think repetition makes this poem interesting because the poetess continues to refer to the baby saying you.
Oh, Ikiriza, we are losing you, or we have lost you. Angel, Angela, we have lost you. But her answer is the repetition. I've had a few words. The repetition is evident, and we can see the lines that are repeated, or even the words, okay? But you are mine. Someone would like to have you as a child, but you are mine. Someone would like to wear you on a costly mat, but you are mine. But you are mine. But you are mine. Okay? So that repetition of but you are mine makes the poem interesting. It shows the emphasis of the mother's ownership on her baby. So when you give a point, make sure you give an example from the poem, okay? You're saying repetition. Tell us the repetition or the repeated words or even the repeated line in case it's there, okay? So it's very, very important to give a point and then you give an example from the poem. The moment you don't give an example, then you would think that you haven't understood the poem. Okay, thank you so much. Repetition is there, that's true. Let's have Vivian. Vivian, oh, Vivian is not there. Daniela, I want some.
The title makes the poem interesting because it throws more light on what the poem is about.
Okay, which title?
Lullaby. Who would have known that this is a lullaby?
Very good, very good. So that is very, very good. You say the title makes the poem, the title lullaby, of course, lullaby makes the poem interesting. Yeah, it gives us the insight of what the poem is about. She has said it well. If it wasn't for the title, we wouldn't have known that it's really a lullaby. Thank you so much. We have, yes, Vivian, Sandra.
The way the mother describes how she likes the baby in whatever situation she is in makes the poem interesting.
Thank you so much. Okay, so that is description. Then we have let's have Queen Esther.
I think the short phrase "but you are mine" makes the poem interesting because the line "but you are mine" is short.
Okay, so there are lines, not phrases. That's very correct because it's a line on its own. So the short lines make the poem interesting. For example, "but you are mine." Very good. Any other? We have Yvonne. Yvonne.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, I think, okay, like the way the writer like helps us feel, okay, like they show the emotion of the mother, like the intention, and the way she says, someone would like to place you on a camel blanket, but you are mine. Someone would like to have you as a child, but you are mine. Like the emotion, the love the mother has for her baby.
Okay, maybe that can be the repetition. Okay, but you are mine. That love, the feelings are brought out with a repetition. Maybe the right answer, that what you've given is an illustration, okay? Maybe the point itself would have been repetition, and then you have your beautiful answer to back that, to back our point up, okay? Thank you so much. We have Kayesu Rona.
Teacher,
Kayesu.
teacher, as you're writing the answers, and then you're writing like where you're giving an example, like where could you say that the short lines make the poem interesting. For example, but you are mine. Do you have to quote but you are mine, or you just write it normally?
Okay. What we are going to do, I think teacher Pross is going to write for us a point where there is a quotation in the chat, and then we look at it how we can quote or how we can have a line from the poem so that you look at it better. Okay. Okay. So let's have another one. Pamela said something. Charity say others. Where are you? Okay, Nakalema Allen. Nakalema, as we wind up. Nakalema Allen. Okay, Nakalema is not there. But if I may ask others, when they say costly mat, camel blanket, what comes to your mind? Costly mat, camel blanket. What comes to your mind, if I may ask that simple question?
Rich.
Crown. Our default crown.
I think okay, when they say costly mat and camel blanket, I think the person who wants a baby is rich and wealthy than the mother.
So can we conclude that the costly mat and the camel blanket, we can tell that that aspect is symbolism because they symbolize something else? Okay, we are looking at the costly mat. The costly mat symbolizes rich or riches. Okay, then we have the torn old blanket, which can symbolize maybe poverty of the mother. Okay, remember we looked at symbolism and we said that something represents, or an object represents something else. And in this case, we have an object, which is a costly mat. We have an object, which is a camel blanket, and they can symbolize riches. Then we have an object of a torn old blanket, which can symbolize poverty. Okay. So I remember we have 1 minute to go.
Excuse me, teacher?
Yes.
How about this point? The point on subject matter. For example, someone would like to have you as her own, but you are mine. It's like showing that the mom would never give up the child, even though she doesn't have enough resources to take care of him or her.
Okay. Thank you so much. So there are so many aspects we can look at. Let's have just 2 for the feelings, and then we call it a day. What are your feelings towards this poem? How do you feel when you read this poem? I'm going to have only 2. Atwenda, what are your feelings towards this poem?
No, teacher, I wanted to just, I feel this poem, I think it makes me feel like this mother desperately wants to look after her child, even though she doesn't have all those rich things or the different nice things for the child.
I have a correction to make.
Oh, yes, someone has a correction. Atrinde, thank you for
When we
that.
were learning about feelings, I remember it was the first lesson on Zoom. I think so. He said in a poem what writing. Okay, if the question says how do you feel, you don't start with I feel or okay. You say you don't include the word I feel with. Okay, you can say I am
Very
jealous of the love
Very good.
the
Very
baby
good.
received from the mother.
Very good. Very good. You remember. So at that is, let me hope you've had that. When okay, it's better you admire, okay, of the mother, but you don't say I feel proud. Feel and then the pride to you have feel, because even pride is a feeling and then you're saying feel, so there is some bit of repetition. How about I leave you that question? You do, because it's already time. So what you're going to do, I'm going to give you a task. You go ahead and do that work. We are going to send the work on the Google Classroom. You do that work in your books, okay? You also complete that last number, okay? Let me hope that's okay. Thank you so much. Yes.
Teacher,
Mm.
like giving what makes the poem interesting. People have been giving their points, then they explain them. So when you're writing, I also supposed to give the point and you explain how
yes, how
makes
you're
the poem
supposed to
interesting,
give a
or you can
point.
just state the point.
No, you give a point and then you give an illustration and then you give maybe the importance. Okay, for example, the title is a point. Then an example is the title lullaby. Lullaby will be an example, makes the poem interesting. What is the importance of the title? It gives an insight of what the poem is about. Okay. Or a
Yes,
clue.
thank you, teacher.
Okay. So it's better we do it that way. You give a point, give an illustration or an example, and then the importance where applicable. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful class. So for any question, we are going to, you can ask, okay, let me get one question.
Excuse
Only
me,
one.
teacher.
One
Yes,
question, yes.
People have been asking many questions. For the last question, can you please remain?
Which question?
The last question that was
The
your
feelings.
Your
Yes.
feelings. That one. People have been giving many answers. So what should I answer for that? Like, should I say I feel good? I feel happy for this meeting?
No, you're not supposed to say I feel good, I feel bad. First of all, you need to understand the feelings. I remember our first lesson, as someone has said, we were taken through on how we can answer feelings. Okay, so for example, if I may give an example for this poem. What does the speaker make you feel? You can say maybe you admire the speaker, okay, because she has the courage to take care of her child, however poor she might be. You admire. And I think you do admire. You can't say that you're disgusted. No, you admire, okay? You can be proud of this person. So you look at the positive feelings, okay? Or you can be saddened. You can be sad or saddened by the way the rich people, by the fact that the rich people want to own the poor mother's child or something of that kind. Okay. So it would